Can I ask you to go back to your transfer decision?
Mm-hmm.
And how important was geography and being in the South and your choice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely had some options to go a little further away from home, but me being a family man that I am, I would want my family to be at every game. So being 4 hours away from home is a blessing. When I was at Virginia Tech, I was only 2, so that definitely played a part in my decision. And I'm blessed to be here at Tennessee.
And the coach talked about, you do all things good with what you do with NIL. Just can you talk a little bit about the book there that you came up with your brother, and just what kind of led you guys to come up with that?
Really what led us to come up with it was my dad, kind of pitched us the idea during the summer last year. And, growing up in the church, faith is big in my family. So, trying to instill that in my little cousin, Landon Hooker. He's 6 years old, and all he wants to do is play ball all day. So trying to encourage him to read a little bit more. So we made kind of a more appealing book to kids, but, everyone can indulge in some scripture for sure.
What was the purpose of going to Times Square? Was that NIL related?
Yeah. Our NIL collective Spire set up a couple of brands for us to meet with, me and Sid. And, it was great. We met with Topps Trading Cards, we met with Barstool. That was a cool experience. We went to NASDAQ and got our faces up on NASDAQ building, and that was cool because me and my sister, we day trade, and we trade NAS all the time.
And what has it been like kind of working with Spire, working with a collective one that is sort of financially as invested as they are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been great. Communication has been great, and they're very mindful of our time. Our time is very valuable, so they don't try to do too much. They make sure that we're free and that we're in the right state of mind to be able to venture out and do different events.
Which one of the newer receivers have you been impressed with since they've gotten to campus?
K. Webb, Chaz Nimrod, and Squirrel White. It's the big three for me. Definitely those young guys coming in and really getting into the offense early. Those guys were with us during our bowl prep. So it was cool to see them come in as high schoolers and compete. They're in with the one-on-ones. I remember K. Webb had a fade ball. He jumped out the gym. I was like, whoa. I haven't got to see their film. Us being in season, I'm focused on the next team we were playing. So really being able to see those guys out there in full action against college competition, it was cool to see them come in as high schoolers and do that.
What have you noticed about Brew McCoy as far as work ethic? What do you expect out of him?
Yeah, Brew always, he's always down to work. I can call him at 3 a.m. and he'll be ready to go catch some balls. So it's a special thing in that receiver room for sure. I pride myself in work and trying to be the first one in and the last one out. And I always seem to catch some receivers out there, catching some jugs. So Brew is a special guy. Big, fast, explosive, can catch the ball, huge catch radius. So I'm excited to see him in action.
What was your experience of Manning passing again?
Yeah, it was great. I like it Lululemon too. It was a great experience, a blessing to be there. Learn some great things from some great football minds. Being around the first family, being around the Manning family, they show you nothing but love, and I love them right back. Great experience coaching kids. You're out there all day and you're playing ball, so that's something I love to do. Doesn't matter where at or who with. Whenever it's ball being played or being talked about, I want to be around it.
Did you connect with some of the other SEC quarterbacks that were there? Will Levis?
Yeah,
Some of the other
yeah, everybody. Really tried to venture out to everybody, not just SEC guys. Talk to guys from other conferences as well. Just trying to get to know everybody because the quarterback community is a special thing. My roommates was Ty Thompson, DQ Finn from Toledo, and Mike Wright. So as soon as I got there kind of late because my flight got delayed. Got there late at night, and those guys kind of woke up out their beds and to welcome me, to the camp, and that was a special thing. Me and Mike have always been kind of cool along the way, and being able to be around those guys, Ty Thompson, he can throw the mess out the ball, and DQ Finn, he's crazy athletic, and their personalities, we all just kind of click. So it was a cool experience to be out there with the best quarterbacks in the nation.
Mike Wright
Can you
mentioned
slide
a
that
big,
mic closer to? Can you slide the mic?
Oh, yeah.
Mike Wright mentioned a big text chain, kind of all you guys have. Is that still going on closer to the season?
Yeah. Like I said before, like me and Mike are cool, so we can talk just our own little text. But yeah, the Manning Passing Academy brotherhood is a lifelong thing.
Better relationship with Spencer Rattler there.
Mm-hmm.
You developed there.
Yeah.
The SEC East this year.
Yeah, for sure. I never really got to be around Spence beforehand, so really kicking it with him and talking to him, real down to earth guy, real cool. We kind of clicked, so I definitely would say he's gang for sure.
Hendon, did you go back and look at have y'all gone back and studied what happened last year? Y'all were such a good first quarter team, and I know it's unrealistic to outscore by 21-0 in every quarter.
Yeah.
But when you went back and looked at that, was there a common theme of kind of what happened with the dips from the first quarter to the second quarter?
Yeah, just paying attention to detail, and that's something that we've been trying to preach this whole summer, paying attention to little things and finishing what we started, whether that's in the weight room or on the field. Or in the classroom, just making sure we're being accountable of what we're doing, because things off the field translate to things on the field. So if we do everything right off the field, it'll translate to the field, and we'll be successful in what we want to do.
How important is the rivalry with Alabama, and what would it mean for the program to get a win in that series this year?
Yeah, we take every game, one at a time. We treat every game the same. We approach every game the same. So just trying to go 1 week at a time. Right now we're focused on Ball State, or really right now we're focused on camp, just getting through camp and everyone coming out healthy. And developing and meshing and really getting that chemistry where we want it to be for the first game of the season.
The coaches this week have sort of said they think there should be some guardrails around NIL, maybe even like a salary cap of some kind. As a player, what do you think about the idea of maybe putting some parameters on it? Whatever those could end up being.
I don't think it should be a salary cap or anything. I feel like we should be able to get the most out of it that we can. At the end of the day, it's our name, our image, our likeness. So I don't see why it should be a limit on that. It's a new thing, and I feel like it's a great thing for us to be able to go through this and venture out and learn things that we're interested in, not just football, but business, and putting us in a businessman's mindset early on in life. I think it's a cool thing that we get to experience it.
Hendon, how do you feel about recruits getting paid in the same way that experienced players are getting paid?
Yeah, to each his own. So it's a blessing. Like if I was coming out, I'd want to get paid too. So if there's some guys that are special out here that that have earned that. At the end of the day, they put in the same work we put in. So why shouldn't they be rewarded as well? But it's still a factor when you get there. You have to show up when you get there. So for sure, I would say take advantage of that, young guys, and continue to work hard.
And in terms of just from last year at this point to now, and in terms of your knowledge of this system, your comfortability with the staff, knowing what your role is now, how much different are things for you? How much different have they gotten over the past year?
Nothing's changed. The main goal is still the main goal. We want to win ball games, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be a leader, and that's why I came here. I came here to be a leader for Tennessee and be a positive light in the community and in my teammates' eyes as well. Being there to lead them in the right direction, not just on the field but off the field. Whether that may be me giving them advice about how to manage their money, or how to how to change a tire. It's different things that are intertwined into that leadership position.
In terms of your comfortability with this system, I know that it runs at such a tempo that as the guy who's pulling the strings on it, you got to know that thing pretty well. How much have you grown with that system in the past year? How much more comfortable are you now?
Yeah, definitely. I know it like the back of my hand. I could tell you every play we have. And the intricacies in it, and where my eyes are, and what the line is doing, what the receiver's doing, their alignment, what they're looking for. So really just getting comfortable and getting in the classroom every day, early mornings, late at night, whenever I can. I love being a student of the game. So whenever I can pick the brains of my offensive coordinator, of Coach Hype, of Coach Hosley, of Mitch Matello, our quarterback QC, who I spend a lot of time with in the classroom, I want to capitalize on that. I want to build my game every day, no matter what it is, on the field or in the classroom.
And then a year ago at this time, you're competing with Joe. He wins the job, you take over after a couple of games, I think you guys are now roommates, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how much has that relationship grown from maybe competitors to legit good friends that now he's doing you the way you did him last year as far as, like, you know, being there as a wingman?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Joe is a huge personality and a magnet. Essentially, you know, he's huge in stature and he can throw the ball 100 yards, no lie. But him being the starter, you know, we competed in fall camp at a high level, and we still motivate each other day in and day out. When we were competing, you know, I was still giving him some tips, and he was still giving me some tips on, you know, how to elevate my game to this day. Yesterday, he picked me up from the airport. We went and through at the facility. We went and got dinner. Just kind of fellowship. But you know, his attitude towards the game is incredible, and whoever's in there playing, you know, we're their biggest fans when they're in. So if he was in, I was there to support him, and now that I'm in, he's there to support me, and that's vice versa throughout the whole quarterback room. If Lil Taven Jackson is in there doing his thing, then, you know, we're supporting him 100-fold. So I'm excited to get out there and compete with my guys. Yesterday I heard they was ripping it up, so you know, I'm excited to get out there and compete with them as well.
What specifically about Josh Heupel's communication style has worked with you guys that has landed?
Yeah, really the teaching aspect. They break everything down to the simplest form, making sure we understand why we're doing things, and that's important to us because we don't want to go out there and blindly be going through the motions and just feel like it's just punching the clock. We want to know why we're doing this. How is this going to elevate our game? What plays are going to put us in the best position to make plays? And that's what Coach Hype wants to do. He wants to put us in position to make plays, and the work that we put in is shown when we're in that position.
What did you think of Cedric when you got on campus and met him for the first time?
Yeah, I thought he was a kind of quiet guy, really laid back. I thought we were going to be great friends from the jump, for real, because I was kind of the same way, kind of a shy, reserved guy. But then, you know, being put into this leadership position, you got to be more vocal. So just being comfortable, being uncomfortable through that process. But me and Sarah really kind of clicked from the jump in routes on the air. And then I remember the spring game, we really connected like 4 plays in a row, and then he went over top for a touchdown. So from then on, you know, we really just started to click and started to hang out a little bit more, you know, taking receiver quarterback trips and just kind of building that chemistry. So now, you know, now we know each other like the back of my hand. I know when he's going to make a cut. He knows when the ball's coming out. So, you know, the chemistry is amazing.
What kind of non-football things do you guys talk about?
Everything. The topic that's like an everyday topic is who's the best rapper in the game right now.
Who is?
Lil Baby.
What does he say?
He's kind of like an old soul, so he's like Kanye and stuff like that. I'm like, Sid, come on, bro. Let's be real.
Can you debate that every day?
Yeah,
get old.
No, it doesn't. Like, because it's always a new intricate. He always brings up a new fact about Kanye or somebody. So. Yeah.
You say you learn him like you feel like you know him and he knows you like the back of your hand. But was there a moment last year where that chemistry really kind of came to fruition? You really saw that play out for the first time? Really from the, like I said, from the jump, like from spring ball. You know, we're connecting in spring practices and then spring game. In season,
and yeah, that's what I was trying to, because it's so many. Like, he caught the ball 100 times this season I was playing. But I'd probably say the Mizzou game, we really started to really click. I know he wanted the ball a little bit more that game, but got him in the end zone. That's what's important. You got to score the ball. So yeah, you know, I try to feed him. I try to feed all the guys as much as I can. Honestly, I love to spread the ball around. I love to spread the love. If I didn't have to run the ball, I wouldn't ever. I just let the playmakers do what they do.
Does it change your mentality coming into this year, knowing you're kind of the guy instead of last year, where you're still kind of fighting for the spot and trying to establish yourself?
No, I've always had the same attitude and same work ethic, whether I was a starter or whether I was the third string. You know, just trying to be a great teammate is the first thing that I want to do, and then, you know, I want to work hard and I want to elevate my game, because you never know when it's your turn. So, you know, Joe went down and I was ready. I was prepared, and when preparation meets opportunity, it's just an amazing thing to see.
Do you feel old? I mean, you're going to be 25 next year.
No, I don't feel old. I mean, I'm in school.
I mean,
so.
compared to like everybody in the locker room.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid's born in 2004 in a locker room. They don't know TV shows.
They don't know Kanye probably.
They probably don't, for real. They probably just know Yeezy.
Yeah.
That's what they know.
You talked about Taven Jackson a second ago. What have you seen from him since coming on campus?
Yeah, little Tate, we mess with him a lot because he's a freshman. But I mean, just really just trying to teach him how to move, not just on the field but off the field. I'm trying to be a big brother to him. Me and Joe, we both take our turns. If I'm not there, Joe's going to be there to lend a helping hand. And if Joe's not there, I'm going to be there. So just trying to guide him in the right direction, show him the ins and outs of how to be a college quarterback at a high level and what to expect. He's taken huge strides from when he enrolled in the spring to now. His confidence is rising. He's talking a little junk to me and Joe now. So I'm like, okay, Tay, chill out. But
in terms of having to sort of manage your day and the time management aspect of it, being a quarterback, all the things that come with that, being a quarterback from a family of quarterbacks, does that help? I mean, I imagine that your dad, that wasn't all in the NIL days and everything, but does it help kind of having that sort of knowledge ingrained into you?
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of raised to do what I'm doing today. From an early age, I remember being in 3rd grade, my mom was in the basketball gym with me getting my rebounds at 6 in the morning before school, and kind of carrying that over. Like this morning, I was up at 5 o'clock, and I'm in the facility working out, 5:30, and then take a shower, hop on a plane, come here. That work has been instilled in me my whole life. So for people to kind of, glamorize that is kind of like a shock to me because that's like regular life. My dad never let us sleep in. The latest I can sleep in is 8 o'clock. My body's just programmed like that. I can't sleep in past 8 o'clock. I still don't feel like it's enough time in the day for me to get things accomplished, what I want to get accomplished. I feel like I run out of time. But in all, I'm really getting everything done from a span of 5 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night.
So you see more questions, guys. You say that the younger guys don't know TV shows. Like that's something like as an old guy like myself, I would bust the young guys out here about not knowing what Saved by the Bell is. What are you busting on them on for not knowing? What TV shows?
For not knowing. I mean, it'd be old Disney Channel shows like Jet Jackson or The Jersey. Like they don't know about that stuff like that. So.
Any kind of video games?
Do I play video games or
just in the chat with the other guys? That kind of old school versus new school.
Like they didn't experience the Wii. Like simple things is that. I played GameCube when I was coming up.
You didn't win this Atari.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Hendon, high expectations heading into the season, but how do you block out that outside noise and just stay laser focused?
Yeah, I mean everybody has an opinion, so they're entitled to their opinion, but that doesn't stray away from what you're focused on. Still keeping the main thing. Is what I always try to preach to my teammates, and naysayers or whoever, just trying to stay even keeled. Never get too high, never get too low. Take the compliments, be polite about it, say thank you. Take the negativity and turn it into motivation.
And you talk about
last question.
You talk about it in terms of trying to fit so many things into your day. There's been a lot more studies coming out, the past few years about how important sleep is and getting the rest of your body. How do you kind of balance that, doing everything that it is you want to do versus, science saying like it helps when you sleep some?
It's tough. I have so much going through my head. So many ideas and so excited about the future. And just getting up the next day and embracing the grind. I really love the grind. I love waking up, going to the facility, getting on film, to going to my workout, to throwing after, to getting on more film, to then hopping on calls, talking NIL, to checking in on my family. There's so many things going through my head. I try to sleep. Like the only time I really get sleep is Friday night before games. That's the only time I get sleep to take a little melatonin because I'm so excited to get up and play.
Sound like my kids. Thanks, Hendon.
Thanks, Hendon.